G'day everybody, it's Peps, it's J-Dog, you know what it is. It's tipped out time, round 20. We're into the 2-0s, only 4 rounds of AFL football for some teams before we move into finals time. But that doesn't mean that we're taking it lightly. We're here, Chris Pepper, Jamie Wallis, to give you your tips for a magical weekend of AFL football. Before we get into it, everybody listening tonight, thank you for tuning in. We're here to set your weekend alight. J-Dog?
Yes,
Tell us
Peps.
about Friday, July 30.
Oh, tell you
versus
what.
Carlton.
Hands up in the room who's excited by this Friday night sizzler. Sizzler or fizzler?
If I had the cricket sound bite on my soundboard right now, I would play it at repetition. You remember when Iron Chef outranked the football many, many years ago?
Yeah.
I reckon a rerun of that episode will outrank what's going on here. I think the only reason why people are going to tune in is to actually see how long Charlie Curnow will go for before he breaks down and the Carlton forum
Don't you do
implode.
it. Don't you do it, Peps.
I'll do it.
Don't you
What
say
a
that.
stupid decision. I know you're going to get into it, but what a stupid decision.
Oh,
Just
well.
let the guy not play anymore. You're not going to make finals, Carlton. Get over it.
All right, so Marvel Stadium is where it's all going to go down. Coming in for St Kilda is Hunter Clark, Jack Higgins, Rowan Marshall, and Tom Highmore.
Snags is back.
He is, but going out is Cooper Sharman, who's been omitted. Jack Sinclair's injured. Nick Coffer's been omitted. Oscar Cavallerino is omitted. And Paul Hunter is omitted. And whisper of a bit of rider, just a bit of management at training today.
Interesting. Okay, well, what about for the Blues? We've already mentioned one, but tell us about it, big boy.
Coming in is... He's my man. He made me excited about football about 5 years ago. I'm a little bit sad at the moment thinking about his career.
He's actually played.
Charlie Curnow's coming in. Harry McKay's coming in. Josh Honey and Lockie O'Brien. Eddie Betts is out injured. Mark Murphy is Netty sub. Matthew Cottrell. Is he a swimmer, Peps? I think the Cottrell name back in the... this is the Olympics time.
Yes. Yes, Cottrell. Yes. Isn't that what you take when you're feeling sick?
Yeah, or the cordial?
Yeah, or that's Cotties.
Oh, sorry. I bet his name's Cotties, though. Sam Petrevsky-Seaton is omitted, so we've spoken about him. And
he's going to Fremantle.
And Zach Williams is injured.
So you reckon he's injured, or they just dropped him, but they didn't want to put dropped because that would be the biggest 850,000 drop?
I don't know. I like your theory.
It's a good theory.
It's not a bad one. For me, Peps, St Kilda, nice and easy. I reckon St Kilda by more than 6 goals.
They're due. If big boy Kingy does what he did last week, he's going to tear it apart.
Yeah.
I think it's just a stupid decision. Why play Charlie Curnow?
Because
it doesn't feel right. All the best to him, but it just doesn't feel right. But going along these lines, St Kilda, they've been going all right. They haven't been going fantastic.
Yeah.
And Carlton, they just need to get through the review. So I'm going with the Saints.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll be as big as 6 goals, but I'll give it maybe 3. I'll go half. Let's go halvies on that one, mate.
Right.
So we're both going the Saints.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go with this one. Saturday, July 31st. The Doggies of Western versus the Adelaide Crows at Mars Stadium, the traditional palace down in Ballarat, 12:20 Australian Eastern Standard Time. Bring your thermals and hot water bottles, but don't bring the wheat bags because they're flammable. Western Bulldogs in Eastern Wood. Josh Dunkley out. Ed Richards concussion. He was going all right last week too. It was a really minor one, but they had to do it. Alex Keith, that is going to be a big loss for the next few weeks. And Taylor Duray being managed. Interesting. For Adelaide, Nick Murray in. Mr. Rowe is in. David McKay, the Medi sub, is out. Lucky Shoal omitted. And Billy Frampton omitted as well too. I'm not going to spend time on this, J-Dog. It's simply going to be the Doggies, and by the length of the Flemington Straight, minimum 6 goals. But if it becomes, if it's going to be raining a lot down there in Ballarat, if the snow starts to fall, it could be a lot tighter. But the Doggies should get across the line.
How many, Peps? How many goals?
I'm only going to go 3 because if it's one of those games where the wind is blowing to one end or it's blowing across the ground, it's going to be a low-scoring game. So 3 goals could be a blowout.
I'm going to go Doggies by 10 goals.
All right. Doggies by 10.
All right. Next game we're coming up on Saturday is North versus the Cats down at Bluntstone Arena in Tasmania. So wear every item of clothing you've got. That's all I can say.
Put your hot water bottle in your thermals.
in your wheat bag.
With your hand warmers. And then an extension cord plugged into the microwave, which you're carrying on your back to constantly heat the bloody things up.
Yep. Coming in for North Melbourne is Eddie Ford, Jack Mahoney, and Robbie Tarrant. Going out is Ben Cunnington. Manager, he had a tumour ripped off his testicle during the week.
Yeah, good luck, mate. Hopefully you get back quicker because these boys need you.
Bloody oath. Cameron Zurha injured. That's a huge out. Sean Atlee's been omitted, and Taron Thomas is injured, which is a big one for those guys, especially with Cunnington out. Coming in on the Cats side is Sean Higgins. Out goes Brian Myers, who is looking for opportunities next year anyway. We've spoken about that. And Lockie Henderson is also injured. Peps. Sean Higgins is playing his 250th game.
Oh, and he only looks about 15 still.
He's a good-looking rooster.
He's a good-looking rooster. Look, I'm going with Geelong. Now, if Taron Thomas was playing, if Zurha was playing, if Cunnington was playing, I'd be interested to sort of see where this would go. But unfortunately, I think the only thing saving North Melbourne from a complete debacle is frostbite. They really want to get Arctic down there. We want to see snow.
It could come.
It could come, but the only thing that could be raining would be goals. It's going to be tough to stop them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Geelong too strong.
Jeremy Cameron 2 weeks out still. I reckon still Geelong by plenty.
If I was Geelong, I'd give him at least 4.
You'd wait until the first week of the finals.
Yep. That means that he wouldn't play against the D's in the last round of the season. I'm being a realist here, mate. I'm being a realist. All right. This one's mine now, big fella. Actually, before you go with the Cats as well?
I'm going Cats by 8
points. Rightio. Hey, this is my one. Melbourne versus Gold Coast at Metricon 3:10 on Saturday. It was supposed to be in Darwin. They thought it was going to be in Melbourne. Then they decided to put it straight back up into the Gold Coast. There's going to be a few changes here. I'll start with the D's. Out Michael Hibberd omitted and James Jordan omitted. It doesn't surprise me. I just think Hibberd's been a bit long in the tooth over the last few weeks. Could use a bit of a rest. Same with James Jordan. He's had a sensational season this year. So being omitted, I wouldn't see that as a bad thing. It's like, hey, felt just have a rest. Like, we're honest at Melbourne. We're just leaving you out because you need a rest. It's as simple as that. New bloke Jake Bowie is going to be in, which is magnificent. Caleb Daniel-like, they reckon. So if he can slice and dice Chen Kenichi style through the lines, that is going to be great for the D's. That's what we've been needing. Mm-hmm. And also in is Jack Sparrow, or Mr. Sparrow will be playing for the D's as well. The others to jump in as well is 4. Now have a look at this for some outs. Caleb Graham omitted. Isaac Rankin dominated against the D's, if you remember his first game. Kick 3, lit it up, omitted. Yep. Oleg Markov, injured. Rory Atkins, omitted. Will Brodie, Medi sub in. They're bringing in Darcy McPherson, Joel Jeffrey, Jai Farah, and Zach Smith. All Joel Jeffrey playing his first game. It's as simple as this. The D's will win. D's will win easy. Mm-hmm. There's just too many. There's just Oleg Markov, big loss. Rory Atkins, he is a big loss. Rankin, even though he hasn't been playing well, it is a big loss. You've just got some experience. Will Brodie, Medi sub, Caleb Graham, too many out. D's by... I reckon D's are going to make a statement on this game. They have to fly up the night before, the day of the game, which sucks. They know they have to win. Mm-hmm. Doesn't care by how much, but they need to make a statement and they need to quick well. And I reckon Ben Brown, if it's nice conditions up there, I'd put him down for at least 4 or 5. I reckon he's due as well.
That confident?
I'm confident this week. They didn't play too badly against the Doggies last week, the D's. If they'd kicked straight, they would have won. That's the thing. If you look at some of the misses that they had, set shots-wise, they could have got across the line. So I think they're just going to be too strong across the board for Gold Coast.
I have no doubt that Melbourne are going to win. The Gold Coast Suns outs are interesting, Peps, at this time of the year.
They're interesting because of the name factor. But yeah, I don't know. It's Gold Coast. After what they served up last week, I didn't think it'd be any worse.
It's got a bit of a Melbourne smell about it, if you know what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
Back in the day.
Are we talking World War II artillery vehicles here? Somewhere where you store all your bulk water?
I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying it's not a bad one to position yourself if you can.
Yeah, we could say, look, we came up against the second best team in the league.
Yeah.
Tank. There's no point. They're too far. They've won too many games to tank.
Yeah, I know. Anyway.
Hey, and Ben King plays his 50th too.
Oh, 50 games.
We love Ben King. Sitting on 42 goals for the year. What a stud.
Well done. All right. Next game coming up is on Saturday as well. A big Saturday this week. We've got Collingwood versus the Eagles, MCG, the home of football with no supporters. Coming in for Collingwood is Chris Mayne, Jeremy Howe, Josh Thomas, and Will Hoskin-Elliott.
Big names.
Going out, Anton Toil, Caleb Poulter, Mason Cox, who's the Medi sub, Nathan Murphy, and Scott Pendlebury. So just as fast as Cox came in, Cox is out again.
Oh, do you reckon they've pulled him out early?
I reckon they've pulled him out early, and I was talking to one of my very good Collingwood mates, Aaron, and it was a bit of a horse show last week. It was just put the pony out there, parade him around, and see who'd be interested in an end season trade, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think Cox was stiff, to be honest. Soft kill.
In for West Coast Eagles is Jack Petrocelli and Jack Redden. Out goes Jared Brander, who wasn't too bad. Liam Ryan and Mark Hutchings has been omitted. Shannon Hurd is playing his 300th game. Welcome to the club.
You know, that is the first West Coast Eagles player to reach 300 games.
Just imagine if they didn't do all those drugs back in the 2000s.
No, he would be like 450.
Peps.
Yep.
Who's going to win and how much they're going to win by? It's at the MCG, remember?
Collingwood. Play the averages. Where's the game being played?
Mm-hmm. I know.
Where are the Eagles playing? Away from home? They lose. It's as simple as that.
Jack Redden coming in doesn't do anything for you?
Nothing.
Okay.
I reckon Maine, I think the two that bring it home for me is Howe down back. They need that stability. And Josh Thomas, Will Hoskin-Elliott. No one, even if it was a Collingwood game, no one would turn up and watch that mob anyway.
Not this year.
Yeah, they wouldn't be. No. So I think just Collingwood because it's at home. I don't trust either of these teams. I don't trust West Coast away. And will the real Collingwood Magpies please stand up?
Yeah,
sure.
I'm going to go Collingwood by 2 goals.
Yeah, I'll go by 4.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'll go by 4. Not confident, but 4. Alrighty. Hey, here we go. Essendon versus the Sydney Swans. 7:40 p.m. our time at the Gabba. Aaron Francis, Dylan Clark, and Kyle Langford are in. Callum Mills and Harry Cunningham are in for the Swans. Out for Essendon is Braden Ham omitted, and that doesn't surprise me because if you were on any of the socials last week, Ham was cooked and he got sliced up by the supporters. Cale Hooker, he's been omitted. Jeez, you're desperate. David Zaharakis omitted, and Matt Gwilfie has been left out. Ben Ronke omitted.
Big.
Adam McLean out, and James Rowbottom has been wiped and thrown in the bin. Ooh. He is omitted as well. This is a battle of the swoopers, the Dons versus the Swans. Now, because it's at the Gabba, I'm putting this one out here. I reckon Sydney are going to slip up here. For the simple fact, Dons have been up there for a while. They're acclimatised. They're happy. They're playing okay footy. They still can taste finals action. I don't care what Ben Rutten says. These guys need to play finals, and they need to do it this year. Get a taste. And the Swans, they are due. This could be the one.
Okay.
So I'm going for an upset here. Essendon, by the smallest of margins, 3 points.
I like it, Peps. You're keeping to the averages, which you love to do, which is under a goal. These teams have the last 7 games they've played, it's been less than a goal deciding the games. I'm going to go for Sydney on form, but I'm going to Sydney. It's my tip. Sydney by 2 goals. But Essendon, I hope they win because it means that Sydney, once again, stay further away from Port Adelaide on the top 4.
Better for us as well, of these as well. So we're holding hands on this one, buddy. We are holding hands on this one. All right.
Rightio. Sunday coming in 1st of August.
Hey, happy 1st of August and happy birthday to all the racehorses out there as well too. 1st of August.
Very good. Well, we've got what time is it? 2:10. Hawks versus Lions down in Tasmania. So once again, the same rules apply for Bluntstone Arena as they do down here.
Bring your thermals.
Wear everything. Get yourself an Audi. I think they're about
no chance of saying to the Dale, you want to come to the footy and spend some time with this weekend?
It's not the one you want to do it with.
No, you've got to be hardcore to be going to any type of game.
Rightio, Peps. Other than our tip's going to come through in a second. Coming in for Hawthorn, Connor Nash, Damon Graves, Finn McGuinness, and Jai Newcomb. Out is James Cousin at this point. And in for Brisbane Lions is Connor Ballenden, Jackson Pryor, and Keaton Coleman. Brisbane. Brisbane by 2 goals.
Yeah, I don't think this is, once again, it's going to come down to the conditions. I don't know what it's going to be like down there in Hobart. It's probably just crap. Yep, I'll go the Lions too, but Hawthorn always happen once a year just to pull on a win outside of whatever's projected. We haven't had one for a while.
Yeah.
I just don't think it'll be this week, though, unfortunately. I think the Lions are going to be too strong. They're clamouring for that final 4 spot. They know that there's an opportunity to pinch it. They just need to keep winning. So I'll go Lions, but I'll probably go a little bit more. I reckon maybe 5 or 6 goals.
Okay.
I reckon it might be close for a while. It'll be a blowout.
Yeah.
All righty, I'll take this one, big boy.
Yeah.
Giants versus Port Adelaide, Metricon Stadium, 3:10 p.m. The traditional home for these two teams. In is James Peatling, Jeremy Finlayson after having a week on the Pine. My boy's back.
He's back.
PG's back. Toby Green and Zach Sproul. Adam Kennedy is out injured. James Peatling, good on you, young man. Have a good luck in your first game. Harry Himmelberg plays his 100th, and moving over to your mob, being Port, Jared Lennert, Jed McEntry, and Horazio Fantasia in no one out at this stage, and Todd Marshall playing his 50th game. All right, handing it over to you. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? Is this a danger game for you, do you think?
Danger in the sense that if the other teams around us get up, then yes. Not super happy with seeing Jared Lynott come in to the list. But no, I think we should win this one pretty comfortably. So I'm going to say 5 goals.
J-Dog, I reckon you're actually going to lose this one, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
They played good footy last week, the Giants.
They did.
Dominated. And when you bring in Toby Green on top of that as well too,
the other
their confidence is high. My T Green. By the way, they've also, in the 8 at the moment, they want to keep it. And Port Adelaide, once again, are you playing a top 8 team? Yes. Means Charlie Dixon will do absolutely nothing. And based on that, Giants are going to get over and make your top 4 spot a little bit shakier.
Oh, my God. I hope you guys lose then and we take you over. Just pop.
Oh, I'm just saying it. We'll come back next week and go, Peps, you all right? Or you'll go, I told you, son.
True.
You're totally incorrect.
True. All right, the last game of the round, rounding it out, 5:10 our time over in Optus Stadium in Perth. It's the Dockers versus the Tigers. Coming in for the Dockers is Brett Bewley, Ethan Hughes, Joel Weston, Josh Tracy, Nathan O'Driscoll, and Toby Watson with a bad spelling. Going out is Alex Pearce with an injury. Michael Walters injured, and Nat Pfeiffer's big one there with a shoulder injury getting sorted out. New players, Nathan O'Driscoll and Matty Tabner playing his 100th game. I just thought that was low for Matt Tabner.
I thought that'd be about right.
Okay.
I didn't think he played
4 seasons? 4 seasons?
Yeah, 4 seasons.
Okay. All right, coming in for the Richmond is Ben Miller, Callum Coleman-Jones, Dion Prestia, and Thomas Dow. Marlon Pickett has been managed. I love that word.
Dropped.
Ben Miller.
Say it, will you? Just say it for what it is.
Ben Miller is the new player, and there's no milestones for Richmond this week. Peps, where's it going? What's happening? What do you think is going to transpire?
I'm going Richmond.
Yep.
Because Fife out, Walters out, Pearce out. It's too much. You can't bring all that back, regardless of all the names that you bring in and all the hyphens, etc. They're just going to be
You're just reminding us something from the Worldwide of Sports CDs.
Yeah, they're just not going to be any good.
Pearce off. What did
Pierce
you
off,
say?
Gibbs on.
Pierce
What
off. What did you say?
Yep. No, I'm going with Richmond.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to go.
None of these two teams are going to be making finals anyway. But
Well,
I've got to go. Who's
stuck
got
that.
more out? I think
Yeah.
Richmond is.
Richmond's going to have a win. By how much?
I reckon it might be a little bit closer than I presume, but maybe I'll go 18.5 points. Sorry, they can't do that. 19 points.
Okay, Dockers.
Yep.
By 5 goals.
That's a big call, mate. That's a big call.
I know. Hey, it's getting towards the business end of the season. If you're not prepared to put your agates on the line.
Tipped out, like I said, J-Dog and I, we love to put the agates on the chopping board. We're willing to do it. No one else will.
We are.
Safe options. We just call it how it is. Now, a couple of things. J-Dog, the Olympics, how awesome is it? And how good was it that lace outs and tipped outs own, we spoke about her on Tuesday night, but Jessica Fox, she got the goal.
Oh, she did it.
Lace out's own Jessica Fox, she got it, and she spanked it by 3.5 seconds. It was beautiful to watch, and unfortunately, she didn't get a little penalties earlier in the week. She would have had 2 goals.
Oh, no.
But we can't say it. She's our, we claimed her as our own.
Golden Fox.
When nobody else saw her coming, we picked her out a mile away and say, Jess Fox, she's ours. So congratulations to her. They're doing some awesome stuff at the moment.
Hey, not a bad Olympics for us Aussies with the gold.
Fantastic, mate. 8 gold medals. We're smashing it in the women's rugby sevens as well too. We're smashing it in the sailing. It's just so much going on at the moment. We won the men's 470. We're loving it. There's probably going to be some more. It's just
we missed out a couple in the water though. We've missed out on a couple in the water.
We miss some here. We get some there. But you know what? There's one thing, J-Dog. Everybody's win. And you know what? Who cares if you come last in your event? The fact that you've got over there to represent your country, that's something that we'll never get to do. Jamie, did you ever represent Australia?
No.
You could one day.
I could.
We can find a sport for you.
I could.
I don't know what it'll be.
Well, now once the first week's over, apparently that's when the athlete village really starts to let's just say light up.
Light up and lay down. How many of those cardboard beds you reckon will be out in the recycling bin by the end of the day, just crumpled into an You'd have to put 2 of them next to each other.
Our show doesn't have the rating to say what I really think, Peps.
Oh, maybe that's what we need to do to get the rating. All right, look, that's it. We'll give you a bit of a wrap up on Tuesday night on Lace Out. That's our main show. You love it. But this is Tipped Out. I'm Peps. I'm with the great man, Jamie Wallis. Hey, look, hopefully your team wins this week. And most importantly, good luck to your family. But J-Dog,
yes.
Last but not least, just rip us off. Finish it off. How do you want your tips, mate?
I like it. Tipped out.
Great working with you, son. Enjoy your weekend, listeners.
See you, everyone.